feel like depending on how deep you go on YouTube, you end up getting blamed for just about everybody that didn't succeed in wrestling in, like, you know, the late 90s. Is there one thing of, with all the Shawn Michaels rumors and hearsay and stuff that's out there, is there one that you're like, look, say what you want, but that one isn't true. I didn't do that. Is there one?
You know, I mean, again, and I don't mean to try to to brush off the answer. There's been, because it really there's been a lot, and I don't mean to belittle anyone, but I've been so out of touch with a lot of that stuff for a long time. I mean, honestly, most of them. I hate to break this to people, but there are absolutely millions of college players that are phenomenal athletes. Guess what? They don't make the pros. Mm-hmm. And the reason they don't make the pros is because only the elite do, only the best do. And the reason they don't is not because anybody held them back. It's because they're not good enough. And that is a tough pill for people to swallow.
You think people want an excuse as to why they don't get a certain place?
Well, but I'm just, again, the thing is, I'm not saying whatever. I guess I'm not saying that, I guess, bad things haven't gone on in the wrestling business. They certainly have. But at the same time, you didn't make it there. I mean, but I'm just saying there's a good way to track that person's career.
Right. Right. It wasn't this one moment.
Tell me exactly where they did make it.
Yes.
On top as the guy. Mm-hmm. Tell me that.
So someone could be a really great,
and then we can address it from there, I guess.
Right.
Someone could be a really great wrestler, but just be terrible on the mic and not make it. Are there people that are really talented physically that just stink on the mic?
Would you like to see somebody not do well on the mic?
Oh my God! Yes.
Whatever, like timing, and that's again, and look, I know, because I do. On one hand, like you asked earlier, do you ever feel like keep your name out of there? Because it is. I'm okay with, I'm going to say there'll be something on this interview. I'm not trying, I swear, as God is my witness, I'm not trying to offend anybody. It's just, I mean, look, I will be, you win, you're better, you're great, I'm not. You know what I mean? You're
whatever
first,
you need to hear.
Right, you're first, I'm last. I'm 51. The competition is over for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just trying to be a dad and a husband and raise a couple kids, and then, again, if I can make a living doing other nifty stuff, that's awesome. But I'm seriously, I'll wallow in obscurity. And don't be afraid not to cover me. I'm okay. You know what I mean? I am okay with that.
Right.
And so, and I just and I always enjoy doing it with you, but it's like, you can't really talk about wrestling or any sports, I guess, objectively anymore, because everything is, I don't know, everybody's so overboard about it. And that's what, honestly, I tell everybody, it's very easy to stay away from.
Do certain fans get
it's not fun anymore. I don't mean it, social media, I don't mean to be cruel, but you guys have made it no fun.
Right.
Do certain fans get obsessive?
It's their life. It's like Jim saying.
Do they get obsessive? Certain fans?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, but I don't even know what it is. Do you really think? On one hand, Tom Brady, I know he is very appreciative for the support that he gets, but do you honestly think that he considers what it is? You think and takes into consideration, I think that guy up there in 4B, I should probably start forming my game by what he's telling me to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? And again, and if he doesn't, does that make Tom Brady a jerk? No, it's just he's he
knows what he's doing.
Or at least he's decided he's got his way of doing it, and because it's worked for him this long, sink or swim, that's what he's going to go with.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he's better than you, doesn't, or whatever, all the stuff that goes through your heads. It's just he's got his way.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it ain't yours, and let's at least, all right, let's give him the fact that at least Tom frickin' Brady.
Yeah.
So will people, he's earned it.
Let's give him the benefit of a doubt.
Yeah,
just let him.
And so that's I guess that's all I say. I'm not saying I'm right or this or that. I do or did things my way. You like it, awesome. You don't, I'm down with that too. But I don't want to. It just I'm more in the enjoyment phase of my life.
Totally.
You know what I mean? I don't want to argue with you about it.
Right.
Will people approach you at weird places or times, like you're with your family and they just want to talk about it? You're like, ugh, I'm just not in the mood right now.
I don't want to.
No, I will say this. Look, the most of it. The greatest thing is only when I don't, because I enjoy you, Sam.
Yeah.
But it's only when I do stuff like this, anybody even brings up even remotely close any of the bad things or controversial times. I was telling, the guys, at Raw, I mean, I don't know if they do it on purpose, but they always seem to like put me with people that, like Enzo. He's showing me a picture of, me and him. When,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And see, honestly, that's the joy that I get, doing stuff with TJ, who, I was an influence for. I mean, those things, and I don't mean to be cruel. Like, I don't care what you think of what we did. I mean, it meant a lot to those guys. And honestly, that's all my life is about, is special moments anymore. I'm looking at stuff in the rearview mirror. I run across, all anybody wants to do is take, can I get a picture? I used to watch you when I was a kid. It's, that stuff, it doesn't get old. Nobody reminds you of the crappy stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean?
If the conversation is being recorded and there's like this like pressure, well, make sure you ask him to, because like if you're just having a conversation with somebody, honestly, anybody that's a wrestling fan, all they want to do is hang out with Shawn Michaels and be like, because regardless of anything we've talked about,
he's just come up like, you can, watch this kid. Can I take a picture? You know what I mean? Nobody gets into like, let's talk in depth about that time and.